greet you all, ladies and gentlemen. I am Ason Hemas by name and a medical laboratory scientist by profession. And at the same time, I'm an author in the health field. This day, I would like us to discuss something very important, something that is very much affecting our society today. It is a disease condition we know as diabetes mellitus. Diabetes mellitus is characterized by hyperglycemia, that is to say that an increase in the blood sugar level, and it is of two types. There is type 1 diabetes mellitus and type 2 diabetes mellitus. Type 1 is an autoimmune condition, and in type 1 diabetes, there is the cells, the beta cells of the islet of Langerhans found in the pancreas do not produce insulin at all. And by so doing, there is a high level of glucose found in blood, which cannot be broken down because of the absence of the hormone insulin. Type 2 diabetes, on the other hand, is a metabolic condition whereby the insulin is produced, but at the level of the target cells, there is resistance of insulin by the cells. Hence, glucose cannot be broken down, and this causes its accumulation in the system, leading to what we call hyperglycemia. And this is a condition that is very much horrible once one is at that stage. In diabetes that we are talking about, I will very much focus on type 2 diabetes, and it has some of the causes of insulin resistance. One is obesity. If you look at our population today and those suffering from diabetes, formerly it used to be elderly people, but this day you find so many youths, young people, even as young as 18 years old, suffering from type 2 diabetes mellitus, majority of whom are obese. Obesity is one of the causes of insulin resistance, especially in a case where there is excess visceral adiposity. Another condition is excess glucocorticoids. Another condition is excess growth hormone. And another is polycystic ovary disease, and many others. But then, there is a complication of diabetes mellitus that I want us to look at. It is diabetic nephropathy. Diabetic nephropathy is a disease condition, a complication of type 2 diabetes, which comes as a result of the effect of diabetes at the level of the kidneys, and it can lead to end-stage renal disease. And this is what we are supposed to be very careful of. In a diabetic population, 40% of the diabetic patients are more likely to develop diabetic nephropathy. And at this stage, it is a complication. And so, what should we do in order to prevent this situation, the complication? We must be able to prevent the diabetes itself, such that even if it is genetic, because there are other aspects of genetics, there are genetic causes of diabetes which sometimes cannot be avoided, but if that must happen, the prevention should be ensured. The prevention should be ensured. And so, once it is done, our population will not be at risk that much. And so, what I would like us to properly look at is diabetic nephropathy, which we will look at subsequently. I just wanted to get our attention on what is really much on the rise in our society today, and it is an individual effort. We all must put effort in order to fight such a disease condition, which is diabetes and its complication. Diabetic nephropathy is not the only complication of diabetes, but there are other complications. And bit by bit, we shall look at those complications so as to get ourselves aware of what is out there and to see how we can prevent this situation. I leave you at this level. Do have a nice time and see you in our next episode.